Hello, Patterson Park. We are enjoying this gorgeous spring weather with you. And as we begin to come out of the pandemic and come out from our winter hibernation, it's really a chance for us to reboot. I want us to think about a couple of ways that we can reboot socially. Some of you have not come back to church yet, and I want to welcome you. We are enjoying being together. Every Sunday we gather with the people of God to celebrate the goodness of God. I want to encourage you to come and join us if you can, and be with us. Another way that we can reboot socially and not just go back to the way things were is we can get involved with other believers in other settings besides Sunday morning. I just want to encourage you to think about getting involved in one of our adult Bible classes that meets on Sunday morning, or joining a small group. Another way we can reboot socially and not just go back to the way things were before is to think about our non-Christian neighbors and friends and co-workers. If you don't know your neighbors, just get to know them. Introduce yourself to them, make sure you know them by name. And if you're like me and you're a shy introvert, just begin by praying for them. Pray for them by name. Maybe even think about a block party. But there are lots of ways for us to engage with our non-Christian neighbors and co-workers. Joey is preaching this weekend on the last story in the 5th chapter of Mark's Gospel. It is the 4th in this series of 4 mega miracles that Jesus performed. After casting out demons and healing the sick, now Jesus performs 4 miracles that just astound even the people who have been seeing him perform miracles until now. 3 weeks ago it was Jesus stilling the storm. And I mentioned in my sermon as I thought about Jesus standing up and rebuking the storm and it sitting down and shutting up, I always wished I'd had that kind of power when I was a classroom teacher. And then 2 weeks ago I preached about Jesus casting out the demon legion, the legion of demons that had afflicted one man. Last week Joe preached about the woman who was healed of a hemorrhage, a 12-year hemorrhage, and Jesus healed her just when she touched the tassel on his garment. This week Joey's going to be preaching on the 4th of those mega miracles, the raising from the dead of Jairus' daughter. Here's the text. And again, Mark likes to start a story, interrupt it with another story, and then finish the story. So here's the story that began a couple of weeks ago. When Jesus had crossed again in the boat to the other side, a great crowd gathered about him, and he was beside the sea. Then came one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name, and seeing him, he fell at his feet and implored him earnestly, saying, "My little daughter is at the point of death. Come and lay your hands on her so that she may be made well and live." And he went with him. And then it interrupted the story with the story that Joe preached on last week, and going on. There came from the ruler's house some who said, "Your daughter is dead. Why trouble the teacher any further?" But overhearing what they said, Jesus said to the ruler of the synagogue, "Do not fear, only believe." And he allowed no one to follow him except Peter and James and John, the brother of James. They came to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and Jesus saw a commotion, people weeping and wailing loudly. And when he had entered, he said to them, "Why are you making a commotion and weeping? The child is not dead, but sleeping." And they laughed at him. But he put them all outside and took the child's father and mother and those who were with him, and went in where the child was. Taking her by the hand, he said to her, "Talitha cumi," which means, "Little girl, I say to you, arise." And immediately the girl got up and began walking, for she was 12 years of age, and they were immediately overcome and amazed. And he strictly charged them that no one should know this, and told them to give her something to eat. I'm not sure what Jesus was thinking here to tell them to keep this quiet, because everybody knew the girl was dead. But Jesus continued to amaze people. Patterson Park, we love you. We pray for you. We don't know all of the heartaches and miseries and sins and burdens and anxieties that you're facing, but we pray for you. Let us know. We pray for our staff, and with the prayer requests that come in, we pray in our staff meetings for our people each week. We love you. And we're looking forward to seeing you here in person on Sunday morning. Goodbye.